Good morning, brothers and sisters.
Good morning.
So let us begin this morning. Jesus came to teach and to demonstrate. His teachings were entirely new. They were radical. They put the world upside down. Now, he was a local man. People either knew him or knew where he was from. And he's coming to change people's thoughts, to tell them to think differently, to behave differently, to change your beliefs. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the priests, they all said, well, you can't go to God, you have to come through me. And Jesus is saying, oh no, oh no. These are man-made laws and they only serve man. I come to give you higher laws. You can work with higher laws, and I have some higher truths for you. So how does a local man, somebody that, it's like somebody from Gwinnett coming and standing here and saying, I have something really different to teach you. So, Jesus taught in short stories. If you're going to give somebody something brand new, make it a little bit familiar so you can hang on to something. So they're short stories in very familiar settings with a profound truth to them. So last week Cindy spoke to you about growth and then committing to that growth. And I am going to share with you today the different levels of consciousness. Now, levels of consciousness. We, in our linear thinking, think a level is like an elevator. I'm going to go up a level or I'm going to come down a level. Think of levels as more something inclusive. You're going to spread your wings. What more can you bring into the world? It's more an outgrowth, and then the more you put out, the more you can bring in. So it's an expanding of our abilities. It's expanding of our energies so that we increase our abilities to receive. And consciousness we define as our functioning level of awareness. It's not the senses, of course. We know it's not what we can see. It's not what we think we depend on. It's not our outer world. It's our awareness of the subtle energies around us, our awareness of our consciousness of connecting, of wanting to connect, of connecting, and then receiving what we're connecting all about. So our consciousness is staying connected, staying open, and receiving more. That's it. That's the way it works. Another way of looking at this is increasing your presence in your world, showing up in your world. Our world operates in identifiable and quantifiable universal laws. You can think of them as divine physics. But we're all energy, and there's all this energy going on around us, and this is what Jesus was saying, talking about higher truths. So there's no bias in the universe. There's no judgment in the universe. These laws, I'm going to touch upon a couple of them for you, but they work the same for me as they work for you, as they work for you, they work for me. So, this is an easy one. We all know cause and effect. You reap what you sow. Do you have something, are you experiencing something less than desirable in your life?
Yeah.
Well, young man, how are you thinking? How are you acting? Why do you think and act that way? The universe is not punitive. We know there's not an angry God, jealous God in the sky. It doesn't work that way. So whatever is in your life, desirable or undesirable, has been created and brought to you by you. So when we take ownership of that, then we can start looking at causal thoughts. Cause and effect, causal thoughts. Okay, if that's in my life, well, how did I think that? And why did I think that? And when did I think that? And where? Well, I've always done it that way. Well, change it. I know it's not that easy. I'm not pretending that this is easy, but we're just giving you steps. So if we own it, then we can determine how we got there, and then we can start changing patterns of thought, patterns of behavior, patterns of action. Law of attraction, that's another really easy one. So, are you happy? Are you content in life? And are you abundant? Then you have been putting out happiness. The energies you've been putting out are happiness. I'm putting out happiness. I'm putting out abundance and contentment. And that's what you are attracting into your life. Is your world filled with people who support and love you? That's what you're giving. You're giving support and love, letting people be on their own path, whatever it is, but supporting as they appear on your path, or supporting without interfering. Or is your life full of people who are needy and who are energy suckers? Well, guess what? You have been putting out an energy of, I need to take care of people. My mother did it. My grandmother did it. My grandfather did it. He did it really well. And that's just the way it is, so that's the way I'm going to do it. No, it doesn't have to be that way. If you have a need to take care of people, who's going to appear in your life? People who need taken care of. So we're like a magnet. Whatever we put out, it comes right back at us. So there are 15 laws that we study. I encourage you to study them because they're just amazing. Some are choice, like cause and effect, that causal thought, the causal energies. So when we have the ability to own something and figure out how we can, first of all, that we can change it. Then we look at how we can change it. That's choice. So that's a choice-activated law. The law of attraction is just the way it is. We're energy beings. We send it out. We got a matching dancing partner coming right back to us. It's all fair. There is not a circumstance in our life that is not fair because it's all consistent. So we can either choose to work in concert with these laws, with the subtle energies that are around us, or we can be banging our heads, through life, but the laws are going to work whether we know about them or not. And that's your functioning level of awareness. How aware are we of all that we can work with? How aware are we of all that we can take in? Do you understand? We're the human species. I call you my brothers and sisters, and I do love you. I love you all. And we have the capacity to grow. All the creatures, all the living creatures that we see in our world, we must honor their lives because they are divine. But we, the human species, have the capacity to grow. We can grow in understanding and love. We can grow in our ability to receive. We can grow in compassion. We're like a flower that opens every day. The flower just opens more. We all use this analogy a lot, but it's true. Look in your gardens. Look around you. We live in the most lush place, Atlanta. We can feed off of everything and learn from everything. The flower opens to the sunshine, its spirit, every day at whatever pace it's opening until it's fully open. We're like a flower. And we can open up every day. Our spirit is within. Our light is within. So we open up every day to the light that is within us. That's the gift of the parables. They're jewels. They're jewels of understanding at different levels. So today we're going to take a parable. It's called the Parable of the Talents. It's in the Gospels, and you'll find it in two of the Gospels. It's Matthew and Luke. We're going to work today with the one from Matthew, chapter 25, 14 through 30. It's just like a man who went on a journey, who called his servants and put his wealth in their charge. Everything he had, he put in the charge of 3 servants. He gave one servant 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, each to the ability of that servant. And then he immediately left.